Mr. Cepeda Sr., Coach Guerra, and Mr. Business Manager, Mr. Cepeda Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem for la República de México. And now, the national anthem for the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to play ball. Reminder, good sportsmanship on the field and good sportsmanship in the stands. Let's enjoy the game. Welcome back to Pony Palomino World Series action. Second game, the nightcap here for this Saturday night. Chinese Taipei beating the host team Laredo in the first game of the night. Third game of the day. This is number 4. And it features Hermosillo, Mexico versus Harlingen, Texas. Harlingen, Texas getting a bye, kind of walking through the tournament. Its opponent, Ecuador, unable to clear visas. And so Harlingen is rested and ready to rock and roll here with Hermosillo, Mexico. They will be your home team. Hermosillo, Mexico will be your visiting team. And we're about to get started in what promises to be a really great game here. And if you're joining us for the first time, this live broadcast is sponsored by our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service, and their sister company, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, which will help us keep an eye on the weather as we go forward. So leading off for Hermosillo, Mexico, number 25, David Lleida, the shortstop. Now batting number 25, David Lleida. Lleida, your shortstop, is facing C. Lopez from Harlingen. And Lopez, the right-hander, has thrown 2 balls here. Top of the first, leadoff batter David Lleida facing C. Lopez from Harlingen, Texas, and that is a strike. 2-1 the count here in the top of the first frame, second game of the night. And that's a long shot into center field. Center fielder backing up and out, number 1. The center fielder for Hermosillo, for Harlingen, is F. Paternina. Paternina sliding over to his left. To his right, my left, and making that catch. Lopez on the mound. Joel Romo at the plate. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo, the third baseman for Hermosillo, Mexico, our neighbors to the south. Battling our neighbors, Harlingen, down in the Rio Grande Valley, part of the 956, as we like to say. Lopez on the mound. Romo at the plate. And that one is outside just a bit. 2 balls, no strikes. Lopez on the mound, Romo at the plate. 2-0 here, 1 out. Apologize for the interruption. Having some snacks delivered to us, courtesy of our executive producer, Mario Macaroni. The pitcher, Lopez, swing and a miss, number 4, Romo, the third baseman. As we roll forward here, second game of the night, Pony Palomino World Series action brought to you by our friends at Kraus Development, managers and developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway, Industrial Park just outside of Laredo. All the big city amenities without the big city taxes. And the home plate ump comes around, has a few pointers, and we continue. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Romo, the third baseman, chips at it, and he's going to run to first, and he's going to get there safely on a third strike pass ball, getting by the catcher, rolling all the way to the backstop, and the runner Romo successfully makes it to first base. The catcher for Harlingen, number 22, M. Garcia, walking with his pitcher back to the mound, having a little chit-chat, a little word of encouragement. No worries, we got this. It's only one out, one runner on. We're good. At the plate, number 8, David Sasueta. Sasueta, the first baseman for Hermosillo, takes high, ball 1. Now batting number 8, David Sasueta. Sasueta, the first baseman, bats left, is facing the right-hander Lopez. Here at the top of the first, second game of the night. One out, one runner on, 2-0 the count. Hermosillo winning its game earlier today. And Harlingen, this is their first game of the series. Well rested. This is our first look at him. Here goes runner Romo, who makes it in safely to second base. So Romo, the speedster, steals second with Sasueta at the plate and Lopez on the mound. Garcia out of his stance, fast throw, but unable to get the runner at second. 2-1 the count, and that's a fly ball foul. Coming back into the parking lot in the bleachers. 2-2 the count, one out. No runs scored. Runner at scoring position on second base over there. Romo, who stole second base. And that's a foul ball, same spot. Couple souvenirs for those in attendance. If you're watching this game for the first time, this is our live stream brought to you by our sponsors, City of Laredo, County of Webb, Laredo Parks and Rec, Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the fine folks at Laredo Independent School District who loaned us this field. 3-2 the count, one out. Sasueta at the plate, Lopez on the mound, Joel Romo lead off. The second batter, your third baseman, is at second trying to get himself home. And that's a foul ball. Sasueta sticking with it, trying to drive in a run here early on. Full count, one out, runner at second, top of the first. Pony Palomino World Series action, Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field, home of Laredo Independent School District. Our sponsors, Playmore Family Entertainment Center, fine folks over at Playmore, Roquevela and his family. The law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa, great attorneys here in Laredo, Texas, principal offices. Our friends at Laredo Independent School District, and that's a high fly ball. Harlingen center fielder's back, and he's got it, and he's going to hold the runner at second. Nice throw, cut off at the shortstop. 2 outs here at the top of the first. Hermosillo, Mexico, Pool Rendon coming to bat. Now batting number 11, Pool Rendon. Rendon, the center fielder, facing Lopez, the pitcher for Harlingen, here in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Brought to you by Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, with clinics and offices in Laredo and Edinburgh in the Rio Grande Valley. If you're in Harlingen, hop on over to Edinburgh and see Dr. Marta A. Martinez, pain management doctor and anesthesiologist, double board certified. And that's strike one. 1-1 the count to Rendon. Dr. Marta Martinez. If you're in any kind of pain, knee pain, back pain, neck pain, whatever your pain, Dr. Marta Martinez is your doctor. Let him develop a plan that's right for you. Blue Top Reefer Graphics. Deacon Henry Mejia and the fine folks at Blue Top Reprographics, printers of large format printing, blueprints, posters, fatheads, you name it, they print it. On the mound, Lopez, fans, Rendon for strike two. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Top of the first inning, Mexico at the plate. Pul Rendon, center fielder. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Lopez on the mound, and the pitch outside low for ball 2. Our sponsors, Rotex Truck Center, Andy's Mobility, Andy's Auto Air, Sunbelt Air Conditioner. Fine folks. Rosas family. Rosas Enterprises there. And that's a foul tip. 2-2 the count. Richard Rosas is the president of Laredo Pony. Been involved with the league for over 20 years now. Great supporter of youth sports, although baseball is his passion. 24/7 News, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic are sponsors. 2 locations, one on Bartlett, physical therapy and orthopedics, and a location on Springfield here in Laredo, Texas. Dr. Puig, Dr. Solis, Dr. Kowalter, and they just got a new doctor. We'll get his name for you in just a second. And the pitch from Lopez, that's a foul ball. Phil Langer is the new doctor. Langer? Phil Langer, Dr. Langer, brand new to Laredo, brand new to Laredo Sports Medicine, outstanding physician, orthopedic surgeon. Lopez on the mound, Rendon at the plate, and that's a grounder to third. Scoops it up over to first, and that retires the side. So at the end of the first half of the first inning, Hermosillo nothing, Harlingen nothing. Harlingen coming up to bat. We're going to take a quick break here, introduce our sponsors, let you see their commercials, and hope you reach out, do a little business with those who support Pony Baseball. Welcome back. After our brief commercial message, bottom of the first, second game of the night, Saturday, here in Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field, Laredo Independent School District. Thank you to the Athletic Director Luis Escamilla for the facilities and all the support. And the first pitch from Morales registers a ball to Gaitan, the leadoff hitter for Harlingen, Texas. Harlingen not having played until tonight. This is their first game, fresh as a daisy, ready to take on Hermosillo. The pitch count, 2-0. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the first. Second game of the night. Pony Palomino World Series action here in Laredo, Texas. It has started to cool off. A little muggy, a little humidity out there. But it was cold as a meat locker in here, so we're enjoying the fact that it's warmed up a little bit in here. And that one is going to walk him. Ball 4. And Gaitan gets a free trip to first base. And stepping up to the plate, number 22, Garcia. Now batting number 22, M. Garcia. Garcia, the catcher for Harlingen, Texas. Right down the road from Laredo, Texas, and the Rio Grande Valley. Still part of the 956, as we like to say. Hopefully they're staying at La Posada Hotel, the only 4-diamond hotel in Laredo. And it's a bunt by Garcia. Advances a runner to second, and that is out number 1. Good small ball, nicely placed bunt down the third baseline. Advancing the runner over to second base. So coming up for Harlingen. Now batting number 10, C. Martinez. C. Martinez. Martinez playing third base for Harlingen. Has a runner at second, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first inning. And that one is low and outside for ball 1 to Martinez. Morales on the mound, number 34, Renato Morales, pitching for Hermosillo, Mexico, here in the second game of the night, the doubleheader, with a runner at second, and he takes strike 1. Was it a ball? Looks like it registered a ball. Looked good from where I was sitting, but then again, I'm wearing glasses. But they're not like Hector's over at Game Changer tortoise shell glasses that he borrowed from Norma yesterday. And that's a strike. That one I saw well. 2-1 the count, 1 out. Runner at second, bottom of the first. Second game of the night. Hermosillo, Mexico, taking on Harlingen, Texas. Hermosillo the visitor, Harlingen the home team. At the plate is C. Martinez, number 10. Little blooper to second, out number 2. Didn't get all of that for sure. Got it probably with the lower end of the bat. Kind of a quail that went over to second base. Number 11, M. Snavely, stepping up to the batter's box. Now batting number 11, M. Snavely. Snavely, the left fielder for Harlingen, has a runner on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No runs scored so far by either club. The night, a little breezy, a little cooler than it was earlier today. Holy cow, was it hot. Swing and a miss by Snavely. 0-1 the count. Laredo known for its hot temperatures and its great food. Mild winters. Do we even have a winter in Laredo, Texas? It's like 4 days. When it gets down to 90, that's when we bring out the sweaters here in Laredo. Nice and warm. There's only a couple places that are hotter than Laredo, and most of those are deserts. And the other place, well, you have to be a pretty bad person to get there. The right-handed batter for Harlingen, Texas, Snavely, has a runner at second and an 0-1 count to him with 2 outs. And he takes strike 2. Renato Morales putting that just out of reach for him in the corner, registering strike number 2. But the food is good here. You'll enjoy that. You can go to Otilas Restaurant, our sponsor, just opened a brand new restaurant on Del Mar Boulevard. If you're here visiting and you're listening to this game, you got to go. It is good food. And the ball gets past the catcher and the throw to first base, and he's safe, and he got out. And while he was turning to argue with the umpire, the runner, number 16, Gaitan, the leadoff hitter, rolls in from second base to score run number 1. The throw from the catcher a little wayward, and the first baseman, Zazueta, had to stretch for it, and his foot came off the bag as Snavely, got there before he could recover. And so now F. Paterina, number 15, takes a swing at it. Strike 1. Now batting number 15, F. Paternina. Paternina, the center fielder, has a runner at first. 1 run has scored. There's 2 outs, and the count is 0-1 to Paternina. Morales makes him swing, strike 2. Chased that one a little bit, low and in the corner. Looked good to him, but he couldn't get it. Our good friends over at Laredo Sports Medicine, the new doctor, Dr. Phil Langer. We just confirmed that with strike 3. And Paternina swings and strikes out, but not before 1 run scores, 1 runner left stranded on first base. And we go to the top of the second. Harlingen, Texas leading at Hermosillo, Mexico 1-0. And we'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life. Life is full of great moments.
Back to the action we go. Top of the second inning, Hermosillo, Mexico versus Harlingen, Texas. Number 10, Luis Mongue, the designated hitter, knocks one into Right field's going to drop right in front of the right fielder for a leadoff single for Hermosillo, Mexico. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Alaciano. If somebody from the Mexico squad can come up and clarify that name for me, si alguien puede venir a darme el apellido correcto para número 61, Alejandro, se lo agradezco. Practicing a little of my Spanish there, calling out to Ed. Not what it says on mine here. Number 61 looking to bat, to bunt. Little pop up here, infield fly. Out number 1.
Alejandro Palomino González.
But I don't have the second half. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo se?
Amparano.
Amparano.
Sí.
González.
Y el 10 es monje.
Monje.
Así. Amparano.
Perfecto.
Y monje. ¿Qué otro?
Eso, todos. Esos eran los únicos.
Ok.
Gracias, te agradezco todo.
El 10, no, es Paul Rendón.
Paul Rendón.
Ajá.
Aquí me lo tiene con 2 O's.
Paul, así
Paul.
es. Paul.
Paul. Perfecto. Gracias, le agradezco tanto.
Okay.
And we've got some pronunciations from our friends over at Hermosillo. And a single over the center. The batter who just knocked a single into center field now coming to the plate, number 27, if I've got that number right, is 24 David Ung. Now batting number 24, David Ung. The left fielder with 2 runners on, 1 out. Muchísimas gracias a nuestros amigos de Hermosillo, México, con los apellidos para anunciarlos correctamente. The right-handed Ung is the left fielder, and we just dropped the camera right behind us. Apologize for the loud clank. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here at the top of the second inning with 2 runners on, David Ung at the plate. And the ball gets past the catcher, Garcia. Lopez throwing that one low into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Harlingen, Texas leading Hermosillo, Mexico 1-0. But we've got runners in scoring position. The runner at third, runner at second. David Ung, the batter for Hermosillo. Stepping into the box, squaring off against C. Lopez, the pitcher for Harlingen. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner to allow the catcher, Noriega, to get his gear on. Number 24, David Ung, has a 2-2 count, 1 out, 2 runners on, top of the second. Pony Palomino action brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years, and a swing and foul ball by Ung. On deck for Hermosillo, Rene Dueñas, number 27. On the mound, Lopez for Harlingen. At the plate, Ung for Hermosillo. 2 runners on, full count now, 1 out.
top of the second. And a great game sponsored by our good friends at Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center. And that's a grounder to first, and the first baseman scoops that up, and he gets the runner at second as well, who strayed a little far from the bag, and he is out at second base. The first baseman with a great defensive play, tagging the bag at first and turning and firing to the second baseman and picking off the runner at second, ending the inning for Hermosillo. So we'll be back here at the bottom of the second. Hermosillo 0, Harlingen 1. And we apologize for that long commercial break. We come to the bottom of the second with one out, with Hermosillo trailing Harlingen, Texas. The pitcher, Lopez, ground having number 9. Lopez ground out to first, and another grounder to second, charging hard. Out number 2, the second baseman, number 61, Alejandro. And coming up to the plate, number 44, K. Garcia.
Now batting number 44, Kike Garcia.
The first baseman for Harlingen, Texas, takes ball 1. Pitcher on the mound is Renato Morales, number 34, who's got a 1-1 count on Kike Garcia here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning here in the second game of the night at Veterans Field. Broadcast being powered by Liquid Studio Group, sponsored by Blue Top Reprographics, 24/7 News, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Foul ball by Garcia. The Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Laredo Parks and Rec, United Independent School District. Thank you for letting us use your facilities over at the Student Activity Complex, the Student Activity Center, and Morales Wines. And that's a foul ball by Garcia. Garcia playing first base for Harlingen. Has a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Here at Veterans Field, Laredo Independent School District's fine facility. Very nice. And there's a deep shot to center field. Center fielder's backing up, and out number 3 for Hermosillo, retiring the side. And we'll go to the top of the third with Hermosillo trailing 0-1 here in the top of the third. And we'll be right back. Folks getting a little unruly.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
Welcome back. Top of the third, Hermosillo, Mexico. Leadoff batter is number 27, Rene Dueñas. Now batting number 27, Rene Dueñas. Dueñas, the right-hander, facing the right-hander Lopez for Harlingen, number 9. Gets ball 1 from Lopez. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the third. And that's a strike. 1-1 the count. If you joined us earlier and got to see the Chinese Taipei team win over Laredo, and that's ball 2. Those teams will probably meet again somewhere down the road here. Lopez on the mound. Dueñas at the plate. 1-0 the count. 2-1 the count, sorry. And that's outside. Ball 3. Lopez not liking that call. But that was clearly outside. And the pitch. Foul ball into the net. Hermosillo is a long ways from Laredo, Texas. Quite a long drive from what I was told earlier. Lopez taking the wind, 3-2 the count, and that one is into right field, and the right fielder standing still makes the grab. The right fielder Rodriguez making that stop. Out number 1. Coming to the plate, the leadoff batter, top of the order. Now batting number 25, David Lieda. And he takes strike 1 from Lopez. Lieda is your shortstop with Hermosillo. Number 25 in the leadoff position, top of the order for his team. And that's a clanker over the top of the press box. Hector over a game changer, ducking under the desk. Lopez on the mound. Lieda at the plate. 0-2 the count, 1 out. And a shot to shortstop. Shortstop picks it up. Hard fire. And he's got him. Close, close, close. Lieda showing some speed there as he motored down first base. Almost beat the throw. The shortstop doing a good job of scooping that up. And number 4, Joel Romo, steps up to the plate. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the third inning here. Apologize, doing double duty here, PA and broadcast announcements. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. The night has turned out to be a pretty good night, cooling off quickly. It was a little humid earlier, but it looks like it's getting nice and cool out there. High foul ball out of play. Thank you to our sponsors, Andy's Auto Air, La Posada Hotel, the only 4-diamond hotel in Laredo, Texas. Line Decker Construction, builder of great facilities like this one here. Line Decker Construction, that one is foul. Clipped the first base umpire. As they say in Mexico, se vale sobar. You can rub on that one. That one hurt. You can see. Foul ball right down that first base line. Romo, number 4, your third baseman for Hermosillo. Hard swing down that first base line. 1-2 the count, 2 out, top of the third. Foul ball. Good cut by Romo. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Hermosillo has not scored. And Harlingen coming across the plate in the first inning on a descuidada, as they say. When the first baseman was not paying attention as he turned to argue with the ump, and the runner snuck in all the way home. 2-2 the count, 2 outs here. And strike 3, Romo. Out he goes. And that retires the top half of the third inning as we go into the bottom half with Hermosillo taking the field, Harlingen coming to the plate. And we'll be right back. We are back here in the bottom of the third. Number 7 for Harlingen, M. Rodriguez at the plate, showing bunt. Now batting number 7, M. Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the left-hander, facing Renato Morales, number 34, the right-hander, pitching for and the pitch inside. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody on.
Is it 2 balls?
No outs.
2 balls.
Well, let's see what the count is. I can't see because the umpire holding it close to the vest.
Yeah.
2-1, and that's a strike. So we think it's 2-2 the count here. No outs, nobody on. Bottom of the third, Harlingen leading 1-0. Thank you to Andy's Mobility, one of our sponsors as well, Rotex Truck Center. 24/7 News, Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, our sponsors. And our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, and strike 3, Morales Fans Rodriguez. And we've got out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. And now coming to the plate, the top of the order, Gaitan, number 16, facing Morales, the pitcher, and that's a foul ball. Now batting for Harlingen, Texas, number 16, Gaitan. Gaitan facing the right-hander Morales with 1 out, has 1 strike on him so far. Nobody on, no one has scored here in this inning. And a swing and a miss by Gaitan. Took a nice cut at it. And that was high. Ball 1. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third inning. This game moving a little faster than the others, as we're going to come to the end of the third pretty soon here. And that's high. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Here in the second game of the night, 4th game of the day, Pony Palomino World Series action live from Laredo, Texas. And that is outside. 3-2 full count. With nobody on, 1 out, Morales working against number 16, Gaitan, who has earned himself a walk to first base. Ball 4. Coming to the plate, M. Garcia, the catcher. Now batting number 22, M. Garcia. The pitcher, Morales. The batter, Garcia. 1 runner on, 1 out. Bottom of the third. High fastball. Ball 1. Harlingen leading 1-0 on a stolen base from third to home, while the first baseman was turned and talking to the umpire. 1-1 the count, 1 out, bottom of the third inning here at the Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas. And the pitcher wanting to check the runner at first. Morales, number 34, pitching to number 22, M. Garcia, with 1 out. Batting number 2 on the lineup. Morales winds, swing, and a miss for strike 2. Thank you to Sames Auto, Texas' oldest Ford dealership since 1910. And to Leindecker Construction, La Posada Hotel. Playmore, strike 3, and that is out number 2. Morales striking out Garcia here at the bottom of the third. Now batting number 10, C. Martinez. Martinez, the third baseman for Harlingen, steps up to the plate. Morales on the mound, 1 runner on, 2 outs, bottom of the third. There goes the runner, and the throw is not in time, and it gets away from the shortstop, but not too far, as the second baseman was there to scoop that up. So stolen base for Gaitan, with Martinez At the plate, the right-hander Morales trying to close this down with a runner at second base, 2 outs, 1-0 the count, and he winds, and that's a long fly ball into center left, and the center fielder is there to end the inning for Harlingen. Hermosillo coming up to bat. Harlingen taking the field, and we'll be right back after these brief messages.
For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
My batter coming up here. Big boy. Looks like. Welcome back. As we begin the top of the 4th inning, Hermosillo coming to bat. Number 8, David Sasueta. Now batting number 8, David Sasueta. Sasueta, the first baseman. Tall, long arms, perfect for the spot. Left-hander. Facing C. Lopez, the pitcher, on the mound for the Harlingen team. This is their first game, so they should be fresh as a daisy. They were scheduled to play against Ecuador, but their visas for Ecuador were not ready in time, and they could not make the trip. So with top of the 4th, 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, we are at the second game of the night, doubleheader. Under the lights here in Laredo, Texas, at the Veterans Field. 2-0 the count, nobody on, nobody out. Hermosillo's leadoff batter here is David Sasueta, the first baseman, who's had himself a pretty good tournament so far. And that's a strike. And I think the team in the bleachers here right in front of me is the team from Trnava, Slovakia, who played here last night. Grounder. These young men that are sitting in front of me, I believe, are from Slovakia. The left-hander David Sasueta, foul ball, 3-2 the count to him. And it is nice and breezy outside, cool, little bit, little humidity. Under the lights here in Laredo, Texas. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lopez gets Sasueta, the leadoff batter, swinging. Coming to the plate, Paul Rendon. Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon. Rendon, the center fielder, takes strike 1 from Lopez. Thank you to our friends from Hermosillo who came up here and gave us a hand with the pronunciation of some of the names. This was one that we didn't have right. We thought it was Pool, but it's Paul, spelled P-O-O-L, pronounced Paul. On deck, the designated hitter, Luis Monge. And that is a high fly ball foul here. Just going to land outside field of play. 2-1. Here at Veterans Field, Laredo Independent School District's fine facility. Broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation, our title sponsor, celebrating 50 years of service. 11 years old when the doors opened up. 50 years ago. That should give you an indication, if you do good math, how old I am. Some say prehistoric. And that one gets away from the catcher on a third strike run to first. Out number 2. And so now stepping into the batter's box, number 10, Luis Monge. Number 10, Luis Monge. Monge, the designated hitter, squaring off against Lopez, who has pitched 3.5 good innings. Almost done with this one. 2 outs. Nobody on. And he throws strike 1. Nice night. 2 teams from the international group here in attendance. 1 on the field, 1 in the stands. Slovakia. Excellent young men. Great sportsmen. And I think they're done for the night or for the week. This is their first trip to Texas for this tournament. Hermosillo, Luis Monge, the DH. Lopez on the windup. And a grounder to short, picked up by the shortstop. Oh, and a long throw over the head of the first baseman. First baseman's going to slide as you're going towards the fence. Slid down, was able to throw the ball while seated to keep the runner from going to third. Great defensive stop by the shortstop, but an errant throw. Charge him with the error. And the runner advancing to second. Number 10, Luis Monge. And now number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Take strike 1. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Amparano. The crowd over here giving me applause for getting that one right. And that one goes over the second baseman's head. And there's going to be a play at home. Oh, and they got him. The coach over at third sending his runner home. Challenging the arm of the center fielder. And he got picked off. Nice fly ball by Amparano. The Mexican contingent giving it up for the broadcaster who finally got it right. Thank you to our friends from Hermosillo who came up and gave us a hand with it. All right, and we'll be back in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Mexico being held scoreless by Harlingen, Texas, 1-0. And we'll be right back. And we're back here at the bottom of the fourth. Morales still on the mound for Hermosillo. Swing and a miss by the leadoff batter, number 11, M. Snavely.
Now batting number 11, M. Snavely.
I bet you it's not being pronounced correctly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And grounder right past the third baseman between third and short, rolling into left field. A ground single for Snavely, or Snavely, depending on what part of the Mason-Dixon you're on. Snavely on first. No outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth, with number 15, Paternina, at the plate, and he attempts a bunt. That's strike one.
Now batting number 15, F. Paternina.
Paternina, the speedy center fielder for Harlingen, squaring off against the right-hander Morales, with a runner at first, nobody out, and there's the bunt. Nicely done. Over to first. Oh, and he hits the batter, hits the runner, and he's safe at first. Doesn't look like there was any interference call here, so it's good. Runner at second, runner at first, nobody out. And number 9, the pitcher, C. Lopez, walking up to the plate.
Now batting number 9, C. Lopez.
Lopez having a conversation quickly with the umpire, not sure what he's telling him. Somebody don't look happy. Short meeting at the mound for Hermosillo. Conversation between coach, batter, and umpire here at home plate. And number 9, Lopez, steps into the batter's box with 2 runners on, nobody out. Bottom of the fourth here at Pony Palomino World Series action, brought to you by Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Swing and a miss. Lopez, good cut there. 0-1 the count, nobody out, 2 runners on, bottom of the fourth. Harlingen leading 1-0. Hermosillo trailing here, and that is strike 2. Lopez took a good swing there. Morales on the mound, started the game, and is trying to keep Harlingen from adding more runs to this, as they're only down 1 run, and that run wasn't necessarily earned. The first baseman, not minding the shop, let the runner run from second all the way home. Morales on the mound, Lopez at the plate, 2 runners on, 1-2 the count, and the windup. Swing, miss, strike 3. Lopez is out number 1 for Harlingen. Morales striking out the batter. At the plate, number 1, B. Rios.
Now batting number 1, B. Rios.
Rios, the second baseman, tall, lanky, speedy second baseman. Showing bunt with 1 out. That one a little low. Ball 1. Runners at second and first. 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Morales on the mound. Rios at the plate attempting to bunt again. That's a strike. 1-1 the count. One out here at the bottom of the first. fourth, with runners at first and second. Rios at the plate, Morales on the mound. Woo, that was inside close. Gave Mr. Rios a little shave there as it ran right by his whiskers. Breezy night here in Laredo, Texas. Our friends from Hermosillo with a large contingent in the audience here. And foul ball coming up here in the net. Our friends from Trnava, Slovakia in attendance as well, watching the game. Having played last 2 days here in Laredo, Texas. Pony leadership under the wigwam to my left here, where they set up shop. And the pitch by Morales swung foul ball. Good crowd tonight for this game. Mexico bringing its contingent. Earlier, they were having a good time with the contingent from Chinese Taipei. Little dancing, little singing, and Lei Lin leading the cheering. And the pitch. Chopper over the pitcher's head. Shortstop gets it. And he gets him. Harlingen almost got on, but we've got 2 runners now in scoring position with 2 outs. And number 44, Quique Garcia, coming to the plate. Now batting number 44, Quique Garcia. The first baseman for Harlingen, number 44, Garcia. Morales on the mound with 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position, third and second. In the bottom of the 4th inning here at the Veterans Field, LISD. Games played tonight at UISD as well at the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. And that's a strike. Beautiful facility with a natatorium, football field, baseball field, softball field, and academics, UIL facilities too. Side of some great games. Morales on the mound, Garcia at the plate, and foul tip for strike 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 runners on in scoring position, and Garcia trying to add to the slim 1-run lead over Hermosillo. Under the lights in Laredo, Texas, high on the perch here at Veterans Field, we can see the beautiful lights of Laredo from where we are in this nice breezy Saturday night. The crew from Liquid Studio Group bring you the broadcast that is sponsored by the good folks at Whitworth Cigarroa Law Firm, Andy's Mobility, and that is foul over the first base area. Our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Their sister company, who is providing us a live Doppler radar, Southern American. Quick peek at the radar, and it's all clear. No precipitation in sight, although we do see a little cluster up in the northeast, a little away from us. So we're good. Although someone said 100% chance of rain at 1 o'clock. Boy, if they can predict that, I want to buy a lottery ticket from them. On the mound, Morales. Outside, strike 1. Gets Quique Garcia looking. The contingent from Mexico enthusiastically cheering on their team now. So we come to the top of the 5th in a fast-moving game. No runs scored in this inning. Hermosillo trails Harlingen 1-0. Harlingen playing its first game. Fresh as a daisy. I'm a little tired, so we'll be right back in just a few seconds. Back to the live action at the Veterans Field here at LISD, Laredo Independent School District. And we've got a tight game here, 1-0. Harlingen leading Hermosillo with number 13, Juan Noriega, stepping up to the plate. And that's ball outside high.
9, now batting number 13, Juan Noriega.
They're top 7 in California, winning 5-1.
Strike one to Noriega. 1-1 the count. Top of the 5th inning, nobody on, nobody out. Leadoff batter, Noriega. And he belts one over the head of the left fielder. And it's a ground rule double as that hits the warning track and pops right over the fence. Noriega belting a 2-bagger double here in the top of the order. And Noriega, the catcher, is going to get a courtesy runner so he can go back to the dugout and get all that gear on. We'll let you know who the courtesy runner is in just a second. I'm going to say that he's probably got a jetpack on him and he's going to run. 1 run right now with Harlingen leading, but Mexico threatening. Runner at second. Lopez on the mound. The batter, David Ung.
Now batting number 24, David Ung.
Ung, number 24, showing bunt here as Lopez winds, and he takes strike one. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. 1 runner on at second base. 0 runs scored so far. Mexico trailing 0-1. And a nice bunt right down the third baseline. And he's going to scooch the runner from second to third. And the speedy David Ung races the first safe. Nicely placed bunt. No play whatsoever as the pitcher came off the mound to grab that. And now the coach for Harlingen wants to have a little discussion. Mr. Cepeda, the coach, Cepeda Sr., because there's a Cepeda Jr. there as well in the coaching staff, having a conversation with his team. Mexico with runners at the corners here at the top of the 5th inning, but at the onset looked like it was going to be a pretty quick game as we approach 11 o'clock. As everyone knows, Hector turns into a pumpkin at 12. He says a pretty pumpkin. That would make him a squash. Here we go. Lopez on the mound with runners at the corner. And the pitch is inside. Ball 1 to number 27, Rene Dueñas.
Now batting number 27, Rene Dueñas.
And the windup, the runner is going to run with a bunt attempt. 1-1 the count. In this live broadcast brought to you by Playmore, our friends over at Playmore Family Entertainment Center, Rotex Trucking, 24/7 News, Laredo Sports Medicine, Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and that's a foul ball, UISD, LISD, and the great folks at the City of Laredo, the Honorable Mayor Victor Trevino and Council, the County of Webb, the Honorable Judge Tano Tijerina, minor leaguer himself, collegiate standout, and the Commissioners Court for their support. Pony Organization Director Abel Gorena, sitting under the big TP there to the left. And that's a foul ball. Mr. Banda sitting there as well. A couple other of the pony leadership underneath the big tent. It's a circus over there, I'm sure. At the big top. Lopez on the mound. Dueñas at the plate. Runners at the corner. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here. At the top of the fifth inning. 2-2 the count to Dueñas. Blue Top Reprographics. If you need something large printed, go to Deacon Henry Mejia over there at Blue Top Reprographics. Albert and the great staff. Miguelito, John, and the rest of the crew over at Blue Top Reprographics. If you get a chance, peer into the next door where Blue Top Land Surveying is. Those guys know how to fly drones. Our sponsor, Sames Ford, and a runner from first to second. 2-2 the count. Sorry, 3-2 the count. It's a full count with runners in scoring position, third and second. Lopez trying to hold them at bay. Mexico threatening with two runners on. Dueñas at the plate. Lopez on the mound. This is getting a little chippy here. Swing and a miss, strike three. Lopez records out number one with a strikeout of Dueñas.
Now batting number 25, David Lieda.
Lieda, the shortstop for Hermosillo, has two runners on with one out. No runs yet. And Lopez grounded to short. Oh, and an errant throw by the shortstop is going to score a run. And another one gets past the catcher, and another run's going to score. And that will kill you every single time. Errors when you got a good game going. Nice grounder to shortstop errant throw. And then the first baseman, an errant throw to home, allowing two runs to score.
Oh, they moved again. Sorry, I was looking at the score.
So Leda stands on third base after bad throws in all directions. And Mexico now leads 2-1. And truthfully, last game, Laredo, Chinese Taipei, it was the errors that hurt Laredo, losing just by 2 runs against a strong Chinese Taipei team.
So the batter went all the way to third?
And the batter, Leda, here on errant throws, finds himself at third base with one out. And the batter, Joel Romo, at the plate showing squeeze bunt here. And that's a ball.
Now batting number 4, Joel Romo.
Romo, the third baseman. Lopez on the mound, number 22, the catcher, M. Garcia. Looking at the umpire. Always hard to tell what they're talking about. Don't know if somebody's in trouble or somebody's just being told, hey, easy now. And the pitcher, Lopez, delivers what would have been a strike. Bunted foul by Romo. So with one out and one runner at third, 1-1 the count. Top of the 5th inning. Lopez on the mound, Romo at the plate. Foul ball. That's going to rattle the cage here. And there goes the kid scrambling for it. 1-2 the count. Late into the night here. Fast approaching the midnight hour. And that is ball 2. 2-2 the count with 1 out in this presentation brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Southern American, and their live Doppler radar, which has been most helpful today as we've been watching that weather just around us. No rain here yet. The fine folks at Kraus Development, developers and managers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway. Outstanding 3,300 acre development just outside of the city of Laredo. And that's a blooper to short. And that is out number 2, but run number 3 crosses the plate. Leda coming in from third base scores run number 3. Sacrificed grounder there to third base. Good throw by the third baseman. And for a second, that did look like a fly ball. It looks like he just chopped off the... Oh, and that's a deep shot right into center left. And that's going to hit the warning track. Here comes the runner, number 8, Sasueta, to second base. Stand-up double for the first baseman, Sasueta. Number 11, Paul Rendon, coming up to the plate.
Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon.
Rendon, the center fielder, approaches the batter's box with 2 outs and a runner at second as his team now leads Harlingen 3-1 on a few errors and 1 earned run so far. And that's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count on a nice warm night here in Laredo, Texas. La Posada Hotel, one of our sponsors, 4 Diamond Hotel, providing great accommodations. And that's a shot down the third base line, and that is going to be foul. And that is strike 2. Earlier in the day, we had Youngstown, Ohio here. And young man Brady McGuire blasted one over the left field wall, 325 feet for a grand slam. Lopez on the mound pitching to, and that's a grounder to second. Mishandled by... You gotta wonder what's going on when you have errors like this. Easy hopper to second to end the inning, and instead we've got runners at the corners with number 10, Luis Monque.
Now batting number 10, Luis Monque.
Monque, the designated hitter for Hermosillo, Mexico, takes strike 1 here at the top of the 5th inning. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runners at the corners, 3-1 Hermosillo. Monque at the plate. And that's a shot in the right, and that's going to drop as well. Another run will score, that one being earned. Fly ball single to right, drives in a run, RBI single for Luis Monque. Runners again at the corners. Number 61, Alejandro Amparano.
Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano.
Lopez, the pitcher, appears rattled a little bit here as the bats are coming to life here for Hermosillo, but those runs that were scored earlier came on errors, not Not the fault of the pitcher here. Not getting some defensive help from his team. That's got to hurt. He appears a little rattled, but he's hanging in there. 1-0 the count. Runner goes. Runners in scoring position with 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Alejandro Amparano, the second baseman, here at the Vet. Tony Palomino World Series action sponsored by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, Blue Top Reprographics, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Dr. Marta Martinez with clinics in Laredo and Edinburgh, Texas. Those folks from Harlingen listening, go see my friend Dr. Marta A. Martinez, double board certified pain management doctor and anesthesiologist. Lopez on the mound, starter for Harlingen, has a 3-1 count to the batter. That's 3-2. And there goes the runner. You just gotta really wonder why the catcher would flippantly throw the ball back at the pitcher. Pitcher let it kind of roll out to the middle of the field, and a runner scores. Sloppy baseball. And that's a little blooper to right. Here comes the right fielder, and it ends the inning for Harlingen, not before the wheels come off, and 5 runs cross the plate. Hermosillo now leading 5-1. Tough inning for the home team, Harlingen. The visitors now leading 5-1. 4 of those runs coming from errors, 1 earned run in that inning. Some of those errors just not making any sense. A little nervous, first game jitters. This is their first game. They have not played yet, albeit this is the second day of the tournament. The team that they were scheduled to play last night, their first game was Ecuador, whose visas were not granted in time and couldn't make the trip. Back on the mound for Hermosillo's number 34, Renato Morales. Catching for Morales is Juan Noriega. As we come to the bottom of the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th here, my executive producer trying to speed this game up some. Looks like we're all going to turn into pumpkins. 10 minutes after 11. Clock winding up to midnight. Morales on the mound, starter for Hermosillo, has kept the Harlingen team scoreless for the last 3. That 1 run that was scored did also come from an error. Otherwise, Morales would be scoreless right now. Coming to the plate, number 7, M. Rodriguez.
Now batting number 7, M. Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, facing Morales, takes ball 1. 1-0 the count, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning. Cinderella waiting for us at the ball here at midnight. Ball 2 from Morales. Swapping out a baseball here. Catcher coming up to the pitcher to have a quick chat. The catcher, Juan Noriega. The pitcher, Renato Morales. And the batter, number 7, M. Rodriguez. Got only initials, so we can only guess. Could be Mike. Could be Miguel. We don't know. M. Rodriguez, number 7, the right fielder who ended the inning for Harlingen in the last frame. Takes strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the sixth. In a game sponsored by Sunbelt Air Conditioning. Swing and a miss, strike two, full count. No, 2-2, I'm sorry, 2-2. Game powered by the folks at Liquid Studio Group. Cameras in all positions. Home, first, third. And tomorrow we'll try to get an aerial camera to get a full view of the field. That's a foul ball. Great camera crew for Liquid Studio Group. Game sponsored by Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the CVB, Eileen Ramos and her fine, fabulous staff. Sames Auto, Texas' oldest Ford dealership since 1910. We have a full count here to the batter, number 7. M. Rodriguez. Thank you to UISD for letting us use their facility and all their help with the transportation. Playmore Family Entertainment Center. Roquevelle and his family. And that's strike 3 for out number 1 here at the top of the order coming up. I Gaitan. Bottom of the 6th. Game sponsored by Whitworth Cigarroa, LSMC, 24/7 News, HEB, our fine folks at HEB. Everything is better at HEB. And that's a drive down to center field. And that is caught. Nope, that hit the ground. The center fielder's still sitting. But it was a single fly ball to center field. Center fielder still on the ground, catching his breath, waiting for an answer. Something. Here comes the second base ump to talk to the coach and the first base ump. Number 22 coming to the plate, M. Garcia. Now batting number 22, M. Garcia. Paul Rendon, the center fielder, making every effort to get that before it dropped, unable to. And so we've got a runner at first. Gaitan with Garcia coming to the batter's box. Morales still on the mound after 4.5 innings here, trying to close this out as he's got his team now ahead 5-1. And he has really helped keep the Harlingen bats quiet tonight. On this warm, breezy Saturday night in Laredo, Texas. Game sponsored by Linedecker Construction. Our friends at HEB. Everything is better at HEB. They are a big sponsor as well. Pony Palomino World Series action coming to you from Laredo, Texas. Foul ball coming right at us. And Hector getting nervous. Hector wants to go home, but we're in the bottom of the fifth inning, trying to advance it as well. 0-1 the count, foul ball, 1 runner on, 0-2 the count. Take a quick peek at the live Doppler radar from Southern American. Little activity just outside of Laredo, nothing happening here. All precipitation has dissipated here in Laredo, Texas on a warm, breezy night. Grounded to short, and that's 2. And that does it. 6-2-3 double play to end the inning and end any threat of runs. Mexico, Hermosillo, Mexico leading 5-1 here at the top of the 6th inning as we take a commercial break. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Sixth inning. Game brought to you by Southern Sanitation. Celebrating 50 years of service. Lopez on the mound, pitching to number. Couldn't see that number on the batter. Dirty plate glass window in front of me. And that is ball two. No outs. 1-1 the count, sorry. Lopez. Ball two. Number 13. Now batting number 13, Juan Noriega. Noriega takes ball three from the pitcher, Lopez. Noriega is the catcher for Hermosillo, Mexico. Giving a little wiggle there as he gets in the box. And that's strike two. Full count, nobody on, nobody out. Top of the sixth. Mexico leading 5-1 here at the bat. Swing and a miss, strike three. Lopez gets him swinging for out number one. Pony Palomino World Series action brought to you by Crouch Development, developers and managers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway. The pitch. High fastball. Ball one. The batter, number 24, David Ung. Now batting number 24, David Ung. Ung, the left fielder, takes strike two. Strike two. 0-2 the count, one out. Top of the sixth inning. Hermosillo leading Harlingen. And that's a foul ball. It's 1-1. Out. Another foul ball. About 12 kids running after it, trying to get a souvenir. The count 2-1 to Ung. Boy, he liked that one, but nope. Let's see what the count is here. 2-2. One out. Full count, one out, nobody on. Hermosillo leading Harlingen. This is the last game of the day. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's two down for Lopez and Harlingen. Trying to ensure no more runs come in, giving them a better chance of closing the gap here as they are down 5-1 as the night begins to close out. Excuse me. About to sneeze there, didn't do it. Foul ball bouncing off the catcher's head into foul territory. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Lopez still on the mound, starting pitcher for Harlingen. Not sure what his pitch count is, but he's been working it. Number 27 at the plate, Rene Duenas. Inside, strike one. I'm sorry, strike two. 2-2 the count. And that is 27 Duenas at the plate. Lopez still on the mound. Check swing. And that's an out. And that retires aside kind of unceremoniously. Out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th as the night drags on. About to be 11:30 here in Laredo, Texas, Central Time. Folks from Mexico enthusiastically cheering on the cameraman, running from one end to the other. No telling what's going on over there with those two cameramen. And we'll be right back after a brief message while I wet my whistle here. Of the 6th, action here at Veterans Stadium, Veterans Field. The vet coming to the plate, number 10, C. Martinez. Now batting number 10, C. Martinez. Martinez, the third baseman for Harlingen. Take strike one. Harlingen playing its first game of the tournament right now, excuse me, was scheduled to play Ecuador, whose visas were not granted in time. Grounded to second. Out number 1, Martinez grounding to second. With number 11, M. Snavely, coming to the plate. Now batting number 11, M. Snavely. On the mound for Hermosillo, the starting pitcher, Renato Morales. And that's a high fly ball, shallow center field, coming up and out number 2 for Harlingen, for Hermosillo. Number 15, F. Paternina, coming to bat here at the bottom of the 6th. Now batting number 15, F. Paternina. Morales your starter, still on the mound. Not sure what his pitch count looks like as he fires ball one. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. The entire Mexico team, and a grounder to third. Paternina trying to leg it out, and that is out number 3. And so we go to the last frame here with the visitors leading 5-1, and Harlingen, who was coming in fresh as a daisy, now trails 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. And we'll be right back after this brief commercial message.
Just trying to do.
Was
My incense.
and we're back here. Pitching change for Harlingen. Number 1, B. Rios is taking the mound. B. Rios was playing second base and took a quick trot to the mound. They trail here 5-1 at the top of the 7th. This is the last frame. 7 innings is a complete game here at Pony Palomino. 18U, 18 and under. With Hermosillo leading 5-1. They bring up number 13 to the plate. If I see that number correctly, number 1, B. Rios on the mound now. And that's a fly ball into shallow right field for a single. And Mexico has a runner at first. Leadoff batter, David Liera, getting on to first base. Number 4, Joel Romo. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo, the third baseman for Hermosillo. Pitcher Rios relieving the starting pitcher. Oh, and that's a shot down to third base line. That is fair. There's going to be a stand-up double for Joel Romo. With a great shot right down that third base line, rolling all the way to the warning track. Our camera crew is trying to capture a good shot of it as it was going right down that line in a hurry. So we have runners in scoring position, second and third, with number 8, Zazueta. Now batting David Zazueta. That was in the ground. Garcia keeping that in front of him. 5-1. Hermosillo, top of the seventh, leading Harlingen. Ball 2 from Rios to Sazueta. The first baseman for Hermosillo has 2 runners on. 2-1 the count, nobody out in the top of the seventh.
Whoa.
And that one gets past the catcher. Safe, and that is run number 6 for Hermosillo. Little lack of hustle there from Harlingen on that one. Ball slipped out underneath him, turned and tried to find it. The new pitcher, B. Rios, who I've been announcing for the last 2-3 minutes. On the mound in relief of the starter, C. Lopez. I'm sure Hector doesn't miss his wife because I'm nagging him all the time. B. Rios on the mound in relief of C. Lopez. At the beginning of this inning is when Mr. Rios got on the mound. Hector, over a game changer, missed it. Oh, don't start that. Who's on second? What's on first? Here we go. Number 4, C. Torres, coming into the game for B. Rios, who moves into the pitching spot. And Lopez made the exit after 6. 6-1, top of the seventh, nobody out. Runner at third. Rios on the mound. And what looks like a couple warm-up pitches here. Something going on. Asking the batter, Sazueta, the first baseman, to step back. So 3-1 the count, nobody out, runner at third, the pitch, and a walk for Sazueta. So now we've got runners at the corners, third and first. In the top of the seventh inning, with Hermosillo leading Harlingen 6-1, and the game brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years service. Our great friends at HEB, everything's better here at HEB. Rotex Trucking Center, Rotex Truck Center, Andy's Mobility, Andy's Auto Air, and Sunbelt Air Conditioning. Our friends at 24/7 News, Otilas Restaurant. Great food on Del Mar Boulevard, just opened up, and the reviews have been through the roof. Fantastic. 0-1 the count, nobody out. Runners at the corners. One run has scored already. And Rios has one shot over to third base by Sazueta. Sazueta able to, the third baseman, Martinez, able to throw out the runner at second, couldn't get the double play at first, and the run scores, making it 7-1 for Hermosillo. As the game wanes on into the night, 11:36 here Central Time at Laredo, Texas, under the lights on a warm, breezy night, and it's a shallow shot to right field. That's going to drop. And that's out number 2. The runner from first to second, Sasueta, hesitating, thinking the ball was going to be caught, fell right in front of the right fielder, Rodriguez, who managed to throw him out at second. And that's strike one to the batter now. Rendon, Paul Rendon. One the count. 2 outs here at the top of the 7th inning. B. Rios on the mound. And the last batter was Luis Monge, the designated hitter. Salceta getting caught at second for out number 2. And number 61, Alejandro Amparano, shoots one right down the third base line, foul. 2-2 the count for Amparano. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. 2 runs have scored here in the top of the 7th. In a game brought to you by La Posada Hotel. Pony Palomino World Series action at Laredo Independent School District's Veterans Field, home of Martin High School's Tigers. B. Rios coming in relief of C. Lopez. And that is ball 4. And number 61, Amparano, walks to first.
2 outs, right?
And number 13, Juan Noriega, the catcher, takes off his gear, makes his way to the batter's box.
Now batting number 13, Juan Noriega.
Noriega, the catcher, has 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th with 2 runs already having scored, and he takes strike 1. We apologize, we've lost our camera feed from home field here. Oh, and that's a quick throw to first, try to keep the runner steady. And we've got 1 camera up running right now. As it went late into the night, our cameras experiencing the fatigue of a long day. Safe at first. Bases loaded. 2 runs have already scored here at the top of the 7th, and we've got 2 outs, bases loaded. And here comes what looks like to be a pinch hitter. Can't quite see that number. It is not David Ung, but maybe if we can get a glimpse of his jersey, we can see who the batter who has come in is. Looks like Jose Corrales. That is correct. Number 12, Jose Corrales, in for number 24, David Ung.
Now batting number 12, Jose Corrales.
Corrales making his first appearance of the game. Has 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs and bases loaded. A chance to add a few runs here in the top half of the last frame, 7th inning. And he takes strike 2. Thank you to our great title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, Southern American, live Doppler radar. Take a quick peek. All clear on the western front. And that is ball 2. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Corrales making his appearance at the plate. Here in the top of the 7th with Rios on the mound. Bases loaded. And that one, I think, got a piece of his fingers as he swung. Heard that thud as he took the swing. 2-2 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th with Hermosillo leading 7-1. And that's a foul ball. Corrales, a little late on his swing. The left-hander facing the right-hander, Rios. And we continue to stream with our camera from first base. Our camera's down over at third and home plate right now. We apologize for that technical difficulty. We'll have that resolved for tomorrow's game. And that is a blooper over to third, and third baseman able to grab that to end the inning and stem the tide of runs. 2 runs did score here in the top of the 7th. And now Hermosillo comes onto the field leading 7-1. Harlingen trying its very best to stay in the winner's bracket. This is their first game. They were unable to play earlier when Ecuador, the team they were playing against, did not get their visas approved in time. So we are done here in the top of the 7th, and we'll be right back in just a second for the bottom of the last inning. And we're back here as we try to work through some technical difficulties. We've got one camera running, and we've got one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like we're running out of battery power. Long day trying to keep up. And that's a shot to third base. Bouncing off of the... Wow, holy chimichanga. How did that happen? No, he's safe. Let me describe it for you if you didn't see that. The batter shot one over to third, bounced off the chest of the third baseman right towards the shortstop. Shortstop able to handle it, threw it to first, and it looked like he got him, but he's safe. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 runner on, and the makings of a rally with Rios on first base. Number 4, Torres at the plate facing Morales, who is going to pitch a complete game here. Hadn't seen that in a while. He has held the Harlingen team scoreless for the last 6. Throws a high fastball, 3-0 the count. Morales on the mound for all 7 innings. Nobody in the bullpen. His entire team on the fence line, rooting him on. Strike 1, 3-1 the count with 2 outs. Runner at first.
No, 1 out.
I'm sorry, 1 out. My mistake, 1 out. Get a little blurred vision here. And that's a strike. 3-2 the count. Number 4, Torres, thought he had a free pass to first base, is now in a full count with 1 out, and that's 2 outs. Okay, so now it's 2 out. We've had a couple technical glitches. First the cameras, now the scoreboard, as we try to wrap up a long day. Started at 8 o'clock in the morning for our crews. Game started at 9, now it's 11:47. We're going to try to beat the midnight clock here. Avoid Hector turning into a pumpkin. Well, you said he's a pretty pumpkin, so we call him a squash. Or as my dad would call me, calabaza. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Down to their last at bat here. 2 outs. Harlingen trailing 7-1 with a runner at first. And they take strike 1. 1-1 the count. Want to continue to thank our sponsors. We'll continue to share their names and their logos on our screens for the rest of the tournament. This could not happen without their support, their financial support, as well as their moral support. Council members, commissioners, everybody involved trying to make this happen for the great city of Laredo, for the great Laredo Pony. And that is strike 2. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Top of the order, Gaitan on deck, hoping to get a chance to keep this thing going, keep the dream alive. 2-2 the count. Runner at first. 2 outs. And that is out number 3. And that's game tonight. One last shout out to our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years. Southern American, the live Doppler radar, Kraus Development, managers and developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway, and our broadcast sponsor, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions. Dr. Marte Martinez apologizing for the loud noises here as we try to wrap up the day on a long Saturday. Missed my cartoons this morning, but enjoyed all the baseball action today. Congratulations to Hermosillo, Mexico, who wins 7-1 over Harlingen, Texas. Have a great night. Drive home safely. If you're out somewhere watching the game, if you're here at the stadium, con cuidado. Thank you. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, bright and early. Have a good night.